Hamlet, Act 3, Scene 4, and Act 5, Scenes 1 and 2. Thou wretched, rash, intruding fool, farewell. Hamlet speaks to the death of Polonius, and Hamlet says he will answer well the death he gave him. Yes, he did cry, a rat, as he ran him through with his sword, hidden behind the arras or tapestry. But Hamlet's answering well the death he gave him is something more philosophical than this. In Plato's Crito, Socrates asks, is life worth living for us, with that part of us corrupted that unjust action harms? This is what Hamlet is expressing with thou wretched, rash, intruding fool, farewell. And when Hamlet tugs on the dead body, come, sir, to draw toward an end with you. Shakespeare writes in Macbeth, and all our yesterdays have lighted fools the way to a dusty death. In the graveyard scene of Act 5, Hamlet speaks of such fools. One is the politician, who would circumvent God, or scheme as he did in life to get around God. Another is the great buyer of land. How futile seems all of his strivings, his statutes, his recognizances, his fines. Is this the fine of his fines and the recovery of his recoveries, to have his fine pate full of fine dirt? In the following scene, we meet another great owner of land, but this time in flesh and blood, with the character of Osric, a popinjay, or vain, conceited person, one who dresses and behaves extravagantly. Hamlet looks to Horatio and asks, dost thou know this water-fly? For it is a vice to know him. Hamlet calls him a water-fly because he is like a tiny insect found by the water without any apparent purpose. Osric is a rich boor with a flowery style of speech. He acts overly affected. He fawns to impress the great people of court. Hamlet despises him because he is empty. And Hamlet speaks of those who are like him. Do but blow them to trial, their bubbles are out. Meaning the fashionable jargon that they use, which carries them through and through, is nothing but bubbles that pop and dissolve without any substance. Horatio calls Osric a lapwing bird, which was a very foolish bird, or thought to be, who upon hatching would run off with part of the shell on its head. And then there's Rosencrantz, whom Hamlet called a sponge, and one who just soaks up the king's countenance. All of these characters, what they have in common is what Socrates would speak to them. In Plato's Apology, he speaks, are you not ashamed of your eagerness to possess as much wealth, reputation, and honors as possible, while you do not care for nor give a thought to wisdom or truth, or the best possible state of your soul? Socrates called this health of the soul eudaimonia, or human flourishing. It is incomparably more important than wealth. Eudaimonia is a life of virtues, such as self-control, courage, justice, piety, wisdom, and other related qualities of mind and soul. Socrates believed that a life devoted to the acquisition of wealth and physical pleasure is a life wasted. Shakespeare speaks in Macbeth, "Life is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing." What Shakespeare is expressing is a life lived without eudaimonia signifies nothing.